Reunion. Hello, y'all. I was selling crack on a private jet up in the hell and back. But no confusion, this a reunion. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Get murder here. He counting money. He said, "Cam, man, the hell with rap. I'm only here to shit on niggas and piss on bitches. Welcome, ass. I bought jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white Vigors. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more chandeliers and light fixtures. Nah. I don't like niggas, what's wrong with me? I'm a hype nigga, but this 44 turn to Michael Jordan. I look and say, take flight, nigga.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and Missouri, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog app. Use code MACECAM or STAT to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits with your first deposit and a free pick. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts Mase and Cam.
Murder, what up?
What up?
Ain't shit, how you, man?
Man, what a night. What a night for basketball.
Oh, I thought you were about to say something else. I thought you I was about to say what happened. Sounded like some action was. It sounded like some action was about to happen while I'm on the night.
Yeah. He keeps stealing my intros. I'm trying to make a good intro.
Nah, you ended it with basketball, so I didn't know what was going on. It was a great night of basketball.
Yeah, man.
It actually was, man.
Definitely was.
I was looking, man. Yo, they got Mike Myers on the Puffy trial, Austin Powers and all that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What Mike Myers was doing there?
I don't know. I wasn't there, but
Austin Powers testifying is crazy, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Austin
You think Mini-Me was there?
That's a good question, man. I don't really watch too many movies because Mini-Me's kind of hard to look at for me a little bit. But I know just him having to be at the trial is kind of wild, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild, man. Some wild shit going on, bro. Austin Powers the shocker, though.
Yeah. He's like, what did he do?
Yeah. No, they get nasty.
No.
Don't you know? The whites get nasty. Pause. I don't know. Stat. What the white niggas like?
They like? What are they like?
Yeah, they get nasty. I know the white bitches get nasty. What the white niggas like? They nasty. I know the white bitches get nasty. I can't tell you what the white niggas. What they like? They get nasty too.
Well, not like I don't know, y'all.
Oh man, that was
Nigga
crazy.
don't want to disappoint the household at the house. Stat told me your mother asking if she and the white guys and
She
all
was.
that.
My mom came to me quick. She said, "You playing in the snow?" I said, "What you know about that? I don't even know what that means." She be watching her and my dad. I'd be like, "Dang."
Yeah, they want to know.
Yeah, I don't just got to answer to y'all in the audience. I got to answer to my parents.
She asked the right question, you know. People like to play in the snow until it start hailing, you know.
Yeah, man, but if you got a snowmobile, you
Yeah, that's the
got
question.
a snowmobile, a shovel,
Do
and
you
a
got a snowsuit?
Yeah,
You got a snowsuit?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Do you?
Nah, I wouldn't need one.
Do you?
Hell yeah. I got shit for all weather. Rain, hail, sleet, snow. I got all weather, man. I'm prepared for every
Van
weather.
Halen.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Y'all two up here acting crazy.
they gonna say you acted crazy.
Hey, listen, man. I know Murder before.
I didn't know that.
I know Murder when he was red, before he was Malcolm X. You know, he was red. I know the nigga when he was red, man.
Shorty red.
Yeah, I know Red, man. I know he is today, and I ain't trying to be messy with the religions. Of course, I'm just saying I know the nigga before he transitioned. Who you got, Jennifer Hewitt up there in Branson? Who was it, Christopher Lee Hewitt? Nigga Sinkhole one day said, yo, Murder had one of them Hewitt. I don't remember. I didn't know she was not black until I Googled. He said, yeah, my first album. Before the album, I had to sit in front of Branson, man. Yeah, I know Red, man.
People's laughing, cracking me up.
Nah, listen, man, we all have epiphanies in life and realize what they want to do, man. Just telling you, Red had the perm. I don't know if you ever seen Malcolm X stat.
I have.
You know who Red is then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Red, my nigga. MACE.
Well, real quick, on a high note, we're almost at 900,000 subscribers. So for those of you who are watching, make sure you guys click the subscribe button because a lot of y'all be clicking the video. We appreciate the support and we love y'all support, but y'all gotta click subscribe. So if you're watching, make sure y'all go do that.
Yeah, the add-on to what Stat said, we had 300,000 niggas watching the episode, and they 2 weeks ago, I remember what Nick was giving me stat 340,000. They just hit the subscribe button, baby. There wasn't subscribers watching.
Right, exactly.
So we appreciate whether you subscribed or not, but we would appreciate more if you subscribe to the channel.
For sure. Okay, so starting off with basketball, like Mase said, it's been a couple crazy games, couple crazy days just in general. But the Warriors beat the Timberwolves 99-88. Mase, how do you feel about the way the series is starting off?
How do I feel?
Okay.
Stat. I already told you it's title town, right? So I'm glad you're coming around now. You might not need summer school. Are you starting to get it? Is it?
It's clicking.
It's clicking. Okay. Because I told you they was gonna beat the Minnesota Timberwolves. I said this. This is not a surprise to me. I knew that the type of guard play that you was gonna get from Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry, just having them on the team. It's just going to be too much history, too much fortitude, too much championship pedigree that you don't get that overnight. And though you could play basketball, being able to play on demand a great game is just something that you definitely don't get overnight. And it looked like what Draymond said earlier in the year. It might be some truth to that. They do have a great chance to win it. If they can keep Stephen Curry healthy and on the court, get his thumb really healed, I think they have a shot. Not that it's just a foregone conclusion, but they definitely have a shot to win it all. Because I think they'll get past Minnesota. Minnesota will bounce back. But like we've seen in other games, you let somebody get going in your hometown, you let them get going on home court, it's going to be hard to tell somebody who's used to winning, stop winning now, I'm ready to play. And it just seemed like they're urgent in their mindset.
Yeah, I actually picked Minnesota to win this game because I thought they had the rest. I thought that Golden State had a grueling 7-game series. But what we have seen in the last the last couple of days is that sometimes even and you got to think about the teams I'm naming. Of course, we named Minnesota, and I wanted to bring up OKC. They had a lot of rest. They got younger players. Same thing with Minnesota. A lot of rest, younger players. And you had two teams, when I'm talking about Denver and I'm talking about Golden State, coming off 7-game series and had less than 48 hours to get ready for the second round. And I was saying that Golden State might be tired. They just played a grueling series against some young, hungry dogs, and they came out ready to play. Sometimes that rest isn't always as good as people think it is, especially for a younger team that doesn't necessarily need the rest, such as Minnesota or Golden State. When they get rest, they appreciate it. Older teams appreciate it. Sometimes these young niggas need to stay in motion and keep playing. Same thing, but like I said, with OKC is the same thing I felt with Minnesota last night. Anthony Edwards, double, triple team. Everybody else needs to step up. It was a pedestrian performance. They had 31 points at halftime. Think about that. They had 31 points at halftime. I think Buddy Hield. Now, before we get to the other players, what I do want to say is this, is that We seen Steph Curry go out in the second quarter with a hamstring injury and then return, and they said he wasn't going to return. My personal opinion, and I don't know this for a fact because I don't know the extent, but we actually seen Steph Curry call to Steve Kerr and be like, yo, sub me out, bro, sub me out. After he knocked down a three and a mid-range shot and still scored and said, sub me out. But I think my personal opinion is he won't play next game. And if Minnesota wins, he'll probably come back for game 3. Like I said, I have no extent of the injury of his hamstring, but we seen it bother him enough to where he didn't come back in the game. So hopefully we'll get Steph Curry back sooner than later. That's first and foremost. But I just want to give a shout out to the rest of the team, man. Draymond Green really stepped up, 4 for 10. I know it wasn't a great percentage, 40% from 3 though. You get Draymond Green 4 for 10 from 3. Buddy Hield is looking like Clay who? Fuck you, who's Clay? Clay Thompson? Oh, that old nigga? Nah, nigga. Fuck you talking about? You looking like the nigga like that was in Oklahoma. Buddy Hield was looking crazy the last 2 games. He actually shot what it is, 5 for 8 from 3, 5 for 5 for 3 free throws. Buddy Hield is looking real comfortable. And I know he's sliding right. And I'm not going to put him there because we know Jimmy Butler is another option. But as far as the threes are concerned, the last 2 games, he's looking like thank you, old Splash Brother. It's a new Splash Brother in town. Of course, we got Jimmy Butler who contributed with, what did Jimmy Butler have, 20 points? He contributed, he looked really good. We know this is a separate mission for Jimmy Butler because he wants to beat Minnesota because that's the team that he used to play for. Every time Jimmy Butler got the ball, they booed him. From the beginning of the game to the end of the game, every time he touched the ball, boo, the whole fucking arena booed him. Held off, he did his thing, but the supporting cast of the Golden State Warriors with no Steph Curry the whole second half, and so actually got a higher lead. They ended up winning by 11 points. He had 11 points, but they actually went up 23 points, which put Minnesota in their largest deficit of the playoffs. They was down 22 to the Lakers in game 2 against the Lakers, but down 23 was their largest deficit, and they did that without Steph Curry on the court. A lot of credit to Steve Kerr making the adjustments, I like the little white nigga. What's my little white nigga name? That played Spencer. I like Pat Spencer. I like the nigga. He's tough. He got kicked out that Houston game for headbutting the nigga. I like that nigga. He's tough. He headbutted the nigga in the Houston series. You see Draymond on the bench like, yeah, this is what I taught niggas, yeah. I like him. He's tough. He came in, brought some energy. I'm looking right now. And I'm really looking, and I didn't know this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Steve Young, shout out to Steve Young. Steve Kerr played 11 niggas. How many niggas they got on the roster? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He played 10 niggas off the bench last night. 10. Which is amazing, man. And I give him credit because like we talked about in the playoffs how the rotation gets cut down to where you're using 6, 7 players, maybe 8, maybe 9, but no more than 8, 7 players, really 7 from time to time. For you to use 10 players off the bench says a lot, man. It says a lot, and it's great coaching experience, especially with no Steph Curry. I got to give Golden State a lot of credit. Like I said, I definitely didn't pick them to win this game. I didn't know who was going to win the series. I have to see Steph Curry's health before I could give a better definitive answer on that. But the Warriors look really good. They look like they're in stride. It looked like they picked up right from the last game against Houston and went right into motion against Minnesota. Minnesota's going to have to do a better job. Not only did Anthony Edwards have 1 point at halftime, and we ain't gonna blame this on Ant-Man because we see the double and triple teams. The supporting cast has to do what they gotta do. But all we seen this with Boston the day before yesterday. They shot under 20% from 3. When you're not making the 3, what provokes you to keep shooting it? I'm just asking from the players and coach's perspective. Don't worry about y'all miss 72 3. Shoot another one. Shoot another. What are y'all doing? You shot under 20%. The 3 ain't clicking. Get to the basket. Live by it, you die by it, man. A great win for Golden State.
For sure. So we know that Steph Curry was out for the rest of the game with the left hamstring strain. We don't know his status for the next game. So with knowing that, Mase, if Steph is unable to play for the next couple of games, how far do you think the Warriors can go? I know they won this game, but how far do you think they can go without him?
I'm not that crazy now. I don't think that the Golden State Warriors win without Stephen Curry, especially with them having a bad left hamstring and a bad right thumb. You know, you put both of them together, you can't really run, you can't really shoot. This turned into a total different series because now the looks that you're getting from Buddy Hield, he doesn't get if Stephen Curry is there, because really they're zoning in on Stephen Curry, which is allowing him to get all of these shots. If you take Steph out of that lineup, then now Buddy Hield has to be Stephen Curry, and that's a very tall task. It's easier to score when you're the third and fourth option than when you're the person everybody is focused on and people are zooming in on you. So to your question, how far do I see them going without Steph? Nowhere at all. You know, this whole series evens up the moment you take Steph out of it. You're back at 1-1. You're back, and then you go to Golden State. I don't even think they'll win in Golden State without Steph. They're gonna need Steph and Curry in order to win this series. They're gonna need them to win games, and I think you may get one game where Jimmy Butler just takes completely over. But for the most part, you need Stephen Curry, because that creates the chaos of people being in anxiety. They got to stay with him. They got to go everywhere he goes. He's like the only player I really know that you got to follow around the whole entire court. Some people they're in a zone where they're shooting and you just like, go ahead and shoot. But with Stephen Curry, you got to follow him wherever he go, because wherever he gets the ball, he can score from.
Yeah, I agree with Mase. I don't think they win without Steph, but what I will say is I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. That's just my opinion. If we get Jimmy Butler to step up like Jimmy Butler do in Miami, this is actually a better surrounding cast than he has in Miami. And don't get it fucked up. Miami's an East Coast team. We know it's hard to play against the West Coast. Absolutely, we get all that. But if you get Jimmy Butler to start playing like Miami Jimmy Butler, then we don't know. Because Jimmy Butler's a problem in the playoffs when he's the number one option. What I'm seeing from Jimmy Butler, and he's still getting his numbers even leading up to the playoffs, but what I see with Jimmy Butler, I don't see him, and I'm not telling him to be selfish, but you might need to be a little more selfish. But what I see from him, and it's working, is somebody who says, look, I'm already labeled a problem child. Everywhere I go, people think it's a headache. Let me work in this Golden State, Steph Curry, Draymond Green system and pass, set picks, do what I got to do to make sure that I fit in on the championship team, because they are champions. I've just been in a couple championships, but not won one. So I want to play championship basketball. Same thing that Kevin Durant said when he went to Golden State. He said, I want to play basketball the right way and to be in a system where I can win. And obviously, Golden State wins championships with and without Kevin Durant. And Buddy Hield wants to be in that. But I think if Steph Curry's not in or not going to be available for a certain amount of time, he has to step up tremendously. 100%. So like I said, I don't think that they'll win, but I think you got a decent chance if we get a Miami sighting of Jimmy Butler Miami version.
Yeah, and Jimmy Butler had 20. He had 8 and 11, so he almost was really close to a triple-double. So that lets you know that he could get a lot done on this team, just like you were stating. When you got shooters like that running around, it's going to be easy to get those kind of assists. So you may be right about that. He could take over the game. He got Draymond right there. On the other side, you got Buddy Hield hitting threes. And the only thing they're really missing is a big man. I think when they get to the next series, that's going to be a problem. You know, Joker might have 1,000,000 points on them if they end up playing Denver.
Okay. And then last question regarding the Warriors before we move on. And Cam kind of answered it, but I like to kind of see if you guys' predictions end up being correct. So is there someone in particular, if Steph is potentially out, that you want to see either have more minutes or have less minutes that you feel like is a big contributor to the team?
Yeah, at this point, I don't know who could really step in and get those kind of points. I think the onus just shift to a committee, and you need 8 more points from Brandon. You need Brandon Pott. That's the other guard and the redhead number 2. Then you need 6 more points, maybe 2 more threes from Buddy Hill. Then you're gonna need 8 more points from Jimmy Butler. And people ask me, how do I know that? It's Title Town, man. You just calculate. It's a numbers game, man. You know numbers. You know this. I see Bezo over there trying to wonder how I came up with that. It's a championship thing, you know. You'll need everybody to do it by committee, and Draymond will have to have 11 more points.
What's the exact question?
Yeah. So with Steph potentially out, is there someone in particular you feel like needs more minutes or needs less, who you think would be a good contributor to the team overall?
I think, to be honest with you, don't get it fucked up. They was up probably 8 points when Steph went out, and they ballooned it to 23 points when Steph was out. Whatever Steve Kerr, with the 15 players he played tonight, outside really 14 outside of Steph Curry, was a great system, a great recipe that he cooked up tonight, him and his coaching staff. So it wasn't, like Mase said, it isn't one player's by committee, but what I will say is that if Jimmy Butler steps up, it could be a Ant-Man versus Jimmy Butler situation. We'll see exactly what happens, but you can't ask for more from Draymond Green when he's shooting 4 from 10 from the floor, 18 points. He almost had a triple-double. Not almost, but he had 6 assists and 8 rebounds. And with 18 points, we don't see Draymond getting 25 and 30 like he used to a few years ago once in a while. We're looking at him getting 10 points, 11 assists, 10 rebounds. So with him stepping up tremendously, and not just stepping up, knocking down the 3, because he was knocking down the 3 also in that Houston series. Steve Kerr cooked up a great recipe. We seen Kuminga out there. We see Moody. Gary Payton came back because he didn't play that final game in Houston. Great recipe he cooked up tonight, especially with Steph Curry not playing. And like I said, it was a 15-point differential in Warriors' favor when he went out, with them going up 23 points. Like I said, they won by 11. They actually did better when Steph wasn't there. Not saying that's going to happen every night. I'm saying it happened last night. And we know that you make adjustments throughout the series. So we'll see what the Minnesota Timberwolves do to make some adjustments.
Yeah, I really like what Steve Kerr is doing, but I think it's going to come back to be a problem. Being that he's playing so many guards and not really getting a big man really that much involved, when they move to the next series, it may come back to be a problem, because they went with this smaller lineup, and now it seemed like it's working. Like Hiller said, it looks brilliant. But then when you get to the next series and they haven't had enough reps, then it's like they're not going to be able to turn it on against, Joker and people like that. And that's my biggest concern with them.
I think it's too much basketball to even talk about that, because it's not a conclusion that the Golden State going to win, and it's not a conclusion that Denver's going to win. It looked like Denver got some momentum, and it looks like Golden State has momentum, but we can't sit there and get excited about game one. I'm not doing what the Knicks fans do. I'm not going crazy over a game one. This is both game ones that we are talking about. So we have a lot of basketball left before I can even think about who's going to play who in the next round. What I will say is this is the first time in playoff history that the road team won every game in every series. In the NBA history, that hasn't happened. So I'm talking about the Knicks winning. We're talking about the Pacers winning game one. We're talking about Denver winning game one, and Golden State. Everybody won on the road. So home court advantage is already over for everybody who had it.
Okay, and the Pacers are 2-0 in their series versus the Cavs after winning 120-119. People be quick to try to jump to conclusions, so now they're saying the Cavs are frauds. Mase, what do you think?
Why would you not think they're frauds? Like, I don't understand how they would not be frauds. Even with Donovan Mitchell having the type of night he had, I thought he was going to go for the extra 2 points and basically go even further than Michael Jordan with that 50-point games in the playoffs, having, major games doing that. But it just seemed like, I said this before, that every time they do something, Indiana got the answer for it. When you got a team playing as good and playing as good by committee, it's going to be hard to beat them. And I remember I said this before. We was talking about them losing the first game, and that's the Cavaliers losing the first game. And I said, do you get concerned on the second game? And here we are, right there. You done lost the second game. How do you lose the first two games at home? Dan Gilbert got to be somewhere in the bathroom by the sink. Pause. He got to be looking at this like, man, we gave you the money. We gave you the team. You got the coach. And this is definitely not on Donovan. But you don't let somebody come in and get the first two games on your home court floor. And the fans in Cleveland does such a marvelous job. It seemed like they're one of the loudest places to play. But when it comes down to it, you got to get it done down the stretch. And that's what it matters. It doesn't matter, like Killer said before, if you play great for the first 47 minutes. If you're going to let Haliburton do what he did, it's just somebody got to be responsible for this. You can't let light-skinned niggas just do this, especially at the end of the game. Come on, this is basketball. Light-skinned niggas ain't supposed to be this kind of threat. But we're in a new era. All the light-skinned niggas are dangerous, and all the dark-skinned niggas is emo. I don't know. This is a different time. I was born in a different decade.
What I will say about last night, before I even get to last night, Darius Garland and Mobley, y'all got to toughen the fuck up. This toe and ankle shit, it is the playoffs, bro. Numb that shit up, pause, and get the fuck out there. That's enough. Enough's enough. You're leaving Donovan Mitchell out to dry. You're leaving him out to dry. Mm-hmm. It is the playoffs. I don't want to hear, toe, I get it. I know the way Darius Garland plays. He plays full speed. He's fast. He got to cut and stop and all that, and that could affect the toe. But they be shooting niggas up back there. Same shit they get the horses and the races, man. They shooting them niggas up back there, man. Stick shot up and help the nigga out, man. That's what I will say. You and Mobley, y'all niggas talk about questionable for the night. Then they can go from questionable to probable to they not playing. It's the playoffs, bro. Yo, I don't know. I seen Isaiah get 25 points. Older Isaiah Thomas on one leg in one quarter, 25 points, hopping up and down the court against the Lakers. And like Mase said, we're in a different time. I ain't going to sit there and say, I'm not one to sit here and judge somebody's injury. But when I hear the injury, I'll be like, damn, and I'm not belittling the toe either. Because I know damn well that man plays 100 miles per hour. But help a nigga out.
Yeah.
What else do you want Donovan Mitchell to do? 48 points, not just 48 points. The nigga shot, because his shooting percentage was tremendous too. He shot 50% from the field, 17 free throws. He still had a terrible night shooting from three, but 17 for 21 free throws. The man did everything he could possibly do. That's first and foremost. Eric Mobley, toughen up, bro. Please, help a nigga out. I don't know what y'all two are both all-stars. You got Mobley, you're the defensive player of the year. You think Donovan Mitchell could do this by himself? His second and third option on the team is not available. Just like we're sitting there talking about how far can Steph Curry go, with the team out Steph Curry, and we all know that Donovan Mitchell is the first option. But if you don't got Jimmy Butler and you ain't got Draymond Green, what you want Steph Curry to do? What you want him to do? Now let's get to the game. This game gave me a fucking headache. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I can't believe it. I'm watching this whole game and I'm saying to myself, Cleveland is up 9-11 the majority of the game. I was like, these niggas ain't putting these niggas to sleep. 11-point leads are not safe. 20-point leads are not safe. We've seen this a few times in the playoffs that teams are up 20 and lose. 20-point lead, not just that, they come back. We actually seen the Nuggets give up a 20-point lead, but Aaron Gordon hit that buzzer dunk when they called him Air Gordon and all that. But 20-point leads aren't safe. So I'm watching this game and I'm like, yo, these niggas is up 11. They not putting these niggas, they're staying with them. I'm talking about Indiana staying with Cleveland. Now we get down to the end of the game. Oh my God. They're up 7 points with 47 seconds left in the game. You're up 7 with 47 seconds left in the game. Yo, we have to learn how to take care of the basketball. We have to learn situational basketball. When I say we, I'm talking about the league in general. Because this whole playoffs, nothing's been driving me more crazy than niggas not doing what they supposed to do for obvious basketball fundamentals. Okay, let's start from where this shit all started going left at 47 seconds left in the game. You got I think it's Siakam shooting foul shots. What they don't do, what you're taught in biddy basketball, box out the 3-point shooter. You don't box out the nigga at the 3-point line, not on the foul line, at the 3-point line. So you don't box him out, Donovan Mitchell, and he flies in for a tap dunk. Puts them down 5. What happens next? You try to inbound the ball, you inbound the ball, you so frustrated that tap dunk just happened, you catch an offensive foul. So now they get the ball back, and they're down 3 points. Cool. Okay, cool. You're down 3. After you was just up 7 with 47 seconds left. Now you down 3 with about 19 seconds left, 20 seconds left. What's been bothering me all playoffs, stat? What's been my gripe, stat? All playoffs. If you can't remember, what's my gripe? Let's see if you're listening and you just type
the
it.
Threes?
Out of bounds
threes?
plays.
The out-of-bound plays, murder call.
Well, that's been bothering you too.
Yeah. The out-of-bounds plays. You up 3 with 19 seconds left, and you're Cleveland, and you throw the ball away. What, yo? You throw the ball away. What is up with the out-of-bounds plays? Yo, my nigga, this is team to team to team. Y'all don't do out-of-bounds practice? Everybody's just that good. Everybody's that much professionals that y'all don't do out-of-bounds play. Okay, good. This is what happens when you don't do the out-of-bounds play. Anyway, you don't get the out-of-bounds. You don't got out-of-bounds play. You up 3 after you just was up 7 with 47 seconds. 19 seconds left. You up 3. You throw the ball directly to Indiana. Haliburton gets it. He makes a move to the basket, and they call a foul. Now, it wasn't a foul. Donovan Mitchell had his hands straight up. It wasn't a foul. But you know what? The coach of the year just got coach of the year. Kenny Atkinson just named coach of the year. Don't got no timeouts left to challenge it. So now you can't even challenge it because you didn't misuse your timeouts. So now you got the coach of the year not coaching the right way, no out-of-bounds plays, no boxing out at the 3-point line, all a recipe for disaster. It ain't over. It ain't even over yet. Now, they called this foul on Donovan Mitchell, which wasn't a foul, but you can't challenge it because you have no timeouts. Haliburton goes to the line. He makes the first one. What do they teach you? Fundamentals, biddies, super biddies, midgets, whatever league y'all call. Box out the shooter. You box out the shooter, so you don't box out the 3-point nigga a couple plays ago. Now you got Tyrese Haliburton makes the first 3. He misses the second 3 and gets his own rebound? Gets his own rebound. Then it's 12 seconds, and then he rocks you to sleep and hits the 3. He don't even try to tie it up. Hits you with a dagger. It's only 1 second left, and now y'all packed up and sent home, and not home to your house because they was in Cleveland. Go take a nap because y'all just blew the game with 47 seconds left. Then blew the game with 19 seconds left. Then the final blew the game, not boxing out the shooter. Then not only that, the coach of the year is not coaching correctly with 0 timeouts left. So even when he made the 3, they didn't have a timeout to advance the ball to have court with 1 second left. Terrific job, Cleveland. Congratulations. You're down 0-2 going to Indiana.
Yeah, they might get swept. They might really get packed up and sent home 4-0. Or a gentleman's sweep 4-1.
Hey, are you ready to put that on paper?
Yeah, they're definitely going home. Because if they don't got Garland back, and Allen did his thing, but Allen and Donovan is not going to be enough without Mobley. They need Mobley because he helps to keep the the floor balanced without him on that wing, trying to get baskets is really nothing they could do. I mean, they can. You definitely can't let somebody smart take the ball out. That's part of why they're having problems with the out of bounds plays, Killer. Because the smartest person, you need somebody smart taking the ball out. You don't need somebody that's just talented with the ball. That's a thinking job, because niggas throwing the ball out of bounds. That just tell you the IQ of niggas,
It's all basically fundamental basketball, and you're not getting down to it because it's not just them niggas. It's team after team. I see Miami do it. I see motherfucking the Knicks. Knicks called a great draw play. I was like, we watched Boston lose 2 nights ago with the worst out of bounds play, and I see nigga threw the shit across the court. The nigga Jaylen Brown didn't even get the shot up. The nigga let Mikal Bridges snatch it out his hand. This is not one team. This is team after team after team after team after team. Where you can, and not only that, they fucking up on these out of bounds plays with the game on the line. This ain't just, okay, it's the middle of the second. This is the game on the line. This is bad coaching. I don't care what nobody says. You can sit there and say, okay, y'all are professionals. You're supposed to be able to get the ball in bounds. Yo, bro, they're playing against professionals. They know how to play defense as well. So if you don't draw up a right play or set a screen or whatever, this is bad coaching. This is bad coaching. You cannot sit there and let a nigga dictate we not going to practice out of bounds plays, at least for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You got 2-hour practices. You could give out of bounds play 10, 15 minutes of your time.
Yeah, you keep saying biddies. I don't know if you remember, Coach Rich ripped my jersey because I let take the ball out. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And telling them you're not smart enough to do the out of bounds play. Let somebody take the ball out.
Yeah, I remember you ripped your jersey. I forgot what it was for, but that's foul
like,
murder.
Mase, what are you doing?
That's foul murder. That's some foul shit that you would even bring that up. Because he's in special ed. This nigga's a sucker. He's a sucker, man. Yeah. He makes a. That's why nigga say it's a thinking man. It's a thinking man. It's a thinking man. I don't even know his last name. I ain't say his last name. Nigga said it's a thinking man job, and then you'll throw. You're a sucker, man. That's foul. He was. He had like 3 niggas on the team in special ed.
That's dope, though.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah.
No, it just means what I was trying to say is the critical thinking, when it gets to 4 second and 5 second,
I think you're digging a deeper hole.
You throw it off somebody's leg or something or call a timeout. You got to be able to think under pressure.
You said a thinking man job and then bring name in for some foul shit, man.
Bless their hearts.
I don't know if we ever told you this story. This is a nigga that's 6'5", and he ain't come to practice. Our coach flipped out on us because he said, why y'all ain't got jail here? We like, ain't that's our responsibility to be out of jail here? He said, I just seen him on Fordham Road in a chicken outfit in front of Wendy's saying the flyers out. Talking about, you got to think about how older this is, like 92. Talking about Wendy's got nuggets now. He in a hamburger spot. Yeah, this is what our coach said. He in a hamburger spot with a chicken joint on. Talking about they got nuggets now. And y'all letting this go on.
Then he will always ask us like we had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Mase, where was you at?
That's a fact.
Where was I at? I don't live in the Bronx.
That's a fact. He definitely would throw a nigga on the bus. Y'all niggas ain't. Where was you at? That's exactly the way Coach Rich would have put it. Where was you at, Mase? You supposed to be the captain.
Where was you at? That was it.
It's like somebody asking you, where were you at? And you're in Jacksonville and somebody's in Gainesville. It's like
No, a better way to put it for her to understand. That's like saying we come here every night and then somebody be like, ask you stat. I'm giving you an example. Be like, yo, why Larry ain't here? And you like, nigga,
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't be with Larry outside the studio. No disrespect to Larry. I'm just saying.
No, yeah.
I get it. Mase ain't hang out with Joel. He was cool. He seen a nigga in practice, but he lived in the Bronx. Like, like, huh?
Nah, he wasn't slow.
I don't know.
He wasn't slow.
Nah. He wasn't slow, but he had a little vibe. Like he had that vibe, like one of them, like
just
kind of like Green Mile.
Wow. Killer's wild.
Because nigga Green Mile wasn't like that. Like, he's a good nigga. Like, he's a super good nigga. That's my man. Yeah, there you go. That's right. He mean well. That's a way to put it.
He's 100 though. If he with you, he 100.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing gonna happen to you while you with him.
You know? Where you with? Where you ain't going nowhere.
I'm cleaning it up.
You ain't never hang out. You ain't going nowhere outside of basketball with that nigga.
Okay, y'all. We're going to go to break. When we return, we will discuss the future of the Spurs. Don't go anywhere.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. My stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. She wanna be free.
Welcome back. So tonight, the Celtics will play the Knicks. Underdog has Jason Tatum at 27.5 points. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
This is interesting. They lost the first one, so he definitely got to come back with a vengeance. But I think I'm going to go higher. I'm
agree with Mase. I was just about to say he got to get his name back. I'm going to go higher.
Get his name back for sure. Okay, Derek White's at 3.5 3-pointers made. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
Lower.
Yeah, lower.
Okay, and Jalen Brunson's at 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Higher or lower?
Higher.
Definitely higher.
Okay, make sure y'all download the Underdog app and you can make your picks too.
Real quick before we move on, because we just talk about, I just get, because PT was trying to figure out what type of nigga he is. So I'm just giving you this last story before we move on with the nigga. Pause. We was all about to go to school together. They recruited us to go to school, and then in the summertime we played together. And we played at this tournament in Fordham College, Manhattan Center, but it was in the summertime. And so we on the layup line, and and our coach get mad. When he say ball, that means go locker room. We not even at our school. We on a layup line about to play somebody else. he said, yo, locker room. We like, it's the layup line. What this nigga mad about today? This nigga, because our coach always mad. We all get to the locker room. He said, man.
Wait till you hear it.
Yo, super pause. Super duper pause. Our coach said, what are you thinking about? I said, what? He said, you got a heart on. We about to play. Fix your damn shorts. To Mace's point, he get mad at us again. This what y'all got him out here doing.
Why you got him out here like
Yo, what? Why we because we didn't even notice. We just on the landline. This man is fully erect, pause. About to play a basketball. Oh my goodness. Oh shit. Yo, sorry.
I was like, what do you do after that? You like literally
without the dunk before. Coach said, "What?"
My stomach, yo. Oh, y'all niggas is crazy, man. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yo, what the Mase's point? How the coach get mad at you?
Why
you
you
even notice?
Why you give him the ball like that? I'm like this. What was I supposed to? We on the layup line. What was I supposed to?
Oh, shit, man. Yo, I don't know what niggas.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yo.
Yeah.
Yo. Yo.
Yeah.
Nigga said, what's on your mind, man?
you didn't say nothing.
Just look. We don't know what's going on. Now we trying not to look. Like, yo, you could have pulled him in the locker room by yourself for this,
And
man.
he always got his glasses on. He comes out like this.
Yeah, I coach. That's how the coach come out. Oh, shit.
Have y'all seen any of them since?
We had our coaches on the show.
Yeah, I remember. Trust me, I remember the
Put his
coaches.
glasses on, cuss everybody out.
Have we seen anybody? I don't-
Yeah.
On Instagram, I'll be seeing. I haven't seen him, but I've seen a few people.
Y'all definitely got some stories. That's I don't even know what you do from there.
Yeah, and Fletch's son is I think he's qualified for the McDonald's or something.
Yeah,
Or at
I
least
follow Wayne on Instagram. Shout out to Wayne Fletcher. Yeah, that's why I follow Wayne.
Yeah, that's fire. I don't know about that situation though. I don't even know what you're supposed to do. But
Oh man, me neither. I don't know what nobody. I don't know what none of us were supposed to do. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
hey man, that's why I asked where are they now. You never know. But
Oh man.
okay.
Oh shit! The more you know.
Literally, like no transition.
Oh
Good
shit!
luck to that man. I don't know that man.
Yo, he might be a dangerous cop. I don't know if my boy pulling me over for it. That nigga 6'6", 6'5". Oh man,
That's a lot. Okay, so Gregg Popovich.
Yeah.
He announced he would be stepping down from coaching the Spurs. He will transition to being the team president full time. So assistant Mitch Johnson will be hired as the team's next head coach, just in general with the coaching situation. And then, Wemby and just everything kind of going on with the Spurs. Mase, what do you think is their future?
I think I definitely, if this is somebody that Popovich has picked, then I'll respect it because he's definitely a basketball brilliant mind. When we talk about some of the greatest to ever do it, Popovich is right up there. I don't think there's anybody I could really put above Popovich when it comes to coaching, X and O's, out of bounds plays, just everything we're talking about, and getting his team prepared to play, knowing what it takes to have them ready when the time comes. Even the stellar performance that he gave against a stacked Miami Heat team, Popovich is one of the greatest to ever do it. He has some great talent there, but anybody that he select, I'll go with it. He's like Mike Tomlin, better than Mike Tomlin to us when it comes to basketball. Like, you just trust whatever he says because he knows what he's talking about.
yeah, basketball coach. As far as coaching is concerned, you got Pat Riley, you got Phil Jackson, and to me, higher than both of them is Gregg Popovich.
Yeah.
He's going to be head of basketball operations, they said, president of the Spurs, so I like that for him. I'm going to be honest with you, it made me sad when I seen him at the press conference, man. It takes time, especially his age, to come back from a stroke, but, he looked a little off balance a little bit. He didn't talk a lot. And that shit made me real sad, man. Because I'm like, the Spurs are my team, for those who don't know. Made me sad. I hope, but more than anything, we know his coaching accolades are top notch. I just want him to get better and get healthy and not necessarily rush back to do the job. But I know when you've been doing it as long as he has, it's hard to just sit home and say, relax. Whether you're 72 or 27, if this is what you've been doing majority of your life, it's really hard. I think he was going to retire a couple years ago, actually, until they got Wemby. When they got Wemby, he said, okay, I'll stick around a little longer so I can nurture him, so to speak, of teaching him ropes, et cetera, et cetera. And we seen a friendlier Gregg Popovich coaching Wemby than we did see with Tony Parker or Manu Ginobili or Tim Duncan. And I like the new personality, man. I just really want him to get better and take on the president job at the Spurs and kick ass doing that as well.
Sure, definitely agree. And since, the news has kind of been announced, there's actually been that picture of you and Popovich that kind of circulated around.
I ran down on Pop one day. Right, I was actually in Manhattan and I was at a light and Gregg Popovich was crossing the street just randomly. I'm like, is that fucking Gregg Popovich? And niggas like, that's Gregg Popovich. I was in a light. I jumped out the car and told my man, get in the driver's seat. I'm coming around the block, I ran down on Gregg Popovich. I'm like, yo, I know you don't know me. I need a picture. Spurs is my team. I know you see everybody and they tell you that, but I ain't capping, my nigga. I need a picture. He was mad cool, gave me the flick and all that. We talked for a couple minutes. So.
That's fire. And you're actually a Spurs fan. You wasn't just like, oh, I'm all of a sudden I'm a Spurs. You're like, nah.
I don't switch up. You see Murder team to team every night. I'll sit there and tell you the Lakers was his team last year. Now we back with Golden State. The skies are looking blue and orange when the Knicks win.
I'm finna get my Knicks hat.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a Knicks hat. I'm a Spurs fan. But made me become a Spurs fan, to be totally honest with you, is like I was like in between teams. I'm like, I don't want to just ride Chicago, pause, everybody's doing that, the Lakers. So shout out to my man Rod Strickland, and he didn't stay there that long, but when Rod Strickland went to the Spurs, I was like, I'm going to stick with the Spurs because we got a nigga from New York that's actually nice. Went to DePaul, New York basketball legend. I'm like, I'm a Rod Strickland fan, so that made me become a Spurs fan. This is before Tim Duncan. I think Sean Elliott was there, Lloyd Daniels.
Yeah, that's when I was a Spurs fan.
It's like, well, that's all the time that we have not played.
Yeah, I mean, when he said Sean Elliott, that was back around the time I was a Spurs fan, when they had Steve Kerr,
Why'd you leave?
Things happened. Titletown got on the move.
Titletown wasn't even there. Titletown actually came after that, to be honest with you. Was your fan when niggas started winning the titles?
Who?
The Spurs. Because the team you talking about, they wasn't Titletown back then. They didn't win the title.
When they had David Robinson, that's when that was my team.
You just had Sean Elliott.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was 1 year, and then after that he left out.
I know.
But what about after that? They won 4 titles without David Robinson.
That's when they were my team. What are you saying?
He's acting like your question is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, what are you saying?
Because what I'm saying is, he said when Sean Elliott was there, Dave Robinson, they won 1 title. It was 4 titles after they left, so I'm trying to figure out if that was...
Tony Parker and all of them. Yeah, that was my team. A little bit before that, but
Nah, his title style started when the Knicks won in '73. That's when. Let's not forget he was the real Lakers fan. Yeah.
The Lakers is where Titletown start for me. That's the origin of Titletown.
What about Boston?
Showtime. Huh?
What about Boston?
I ain't really like Boston. That's probably the only team I never really liked. My stepdad used to force me to watch Boston. That's why I have that's why I got a problem. Nah, I got a problem with Boston.
Why?
I just hated watching them because I had to watch them.
No, I get what you're saying, but Mase was claiming Boston was his team title, and I know Titletown is on the move. I get it.
I didn't say.
I just don't get your.
Said Boston.
Last season you did.
Yes, that was the whole
I said
argument.
They will win it.
That was the whole argument. You were like JT, my dog, and Jaylen Brown, and Batman and Robin.
When Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown said we never seen Titletown, it was downhill ever since then.
Right.
Niggas said they ain't really
Titletown. Like,
y'all ain't really Titletown. Nah. That had been downhill for Boston ever since then. They only won 1. It's been downhill.
I try to give him the benefit of the doubt because Jaylen Brown was from Marietta. He went to school in Marietta. But you know, people show you who they are, you believe them the first time.
Okay.
We'll revisit that. I have plenty of questions, but we will wait. So I'm just confused about a lot of things, but I'm learning.
We all confused that. We all
It's called
confused.
spin cycle.
No, I have a theory. I just don't know if you're willing to accept it.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, I want to hear.
I just don't feel like you like Jason Tatum.
What?
I don't feel like you like Jason Tatum. I think you think he's a good player, but I don't think you're ready to make him like the leader. I just don't feel like
I
you
never
like
thought
Tatum.
he was the leader. I always thought Jaylen Brown was the leader.
So you don't like Jason Tatum as a leader?
It's not that I don't like him. That's what me and Cam was talking
if
about.
Jaylen Brown was the quote unquote leader, I feel like you would like the Celtics.
No, I don't like the Celtics. It has nothing to do with Jason Tatum. I said when I was young, my
because I'm
stepdad
piecing
used to
things
force me
together.
to watch them, so I didn't like them because of that.
Right, but I feel like as long as Jason Tatum is the leader of the Celtics, you don't like the Celtics because the light skin, the dark skin, the comments.
This goes before this. You bringing it to now. This is way before. Boston is way before Jason Tatum. We've been watching Boston when they had Kenny Anderson, when they had Antoine Walker, Paul Pierce.
Reggie Lewis.
I just never liked Dana Barrows.
Right.
Like way back there, I just never liked Boston.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they was always
Sound
like a rival to
the Lakers.
Sound
like he's traumatized now. Now we're opening up.
Trauma.
It sounds like we're
healing
opening up.
this year, guys.
Lewis, Lynn Bias. It was just always something crazy.
Yeah, and you gotta read body language. That I'm learning something today. I asked him, "Luck died." Nigga said, "Nah," and kept it moving. Then he made sure he said, "My stepdad." Let's be clear. So. I think it's trauma from when he's young, because if you don't want to watch something, nigga.
Yeah,
and if you like the Lakers, if you're in a house where you like the Lakers, because it was almost like Bloods and Crips with Boston and the Lakers, you know what I'm saying? It was some serious bit. Because you got to think about this. I'm just giving you some history. In the 80s, outside of, it was the Pistons and the Sixers won 2 championships in the 80s. The other 8 championships go to the Lakers and the Celtics. So every year for 10 years, 8 years out of 10 years, you got the Lakers playing the Celtics just about in the championship. And they even won on one. So you got to think about this. Every year was Lakers, Celtics, Lakers, Celtics. Lakers won 5, Boston won 3.
Yeah.
For a decade.
Yeah. And I get that part too, which just throws me off because it's like, you're a Warriors fan and so it's like, I understand it's deep rooted, but it's like,
I'm not jacking up a part. we just got to the bottom of the Celtics.
I didn't say all that.
I'll give them the Celtics. If a nigga in the house, that's like saying if you live in the house and you a North Carolina fan and your little brother's a Duke fan, you gonna want to beat the nigga up like, yo, don't come in here with that Duke shit
you
up.
about Tiny Archibald and all these niggas. Like, bro, we not going with Tiny Archibald and Bob Cousy and all that. Niggas is
Bill
watching.
Russell.
Yeah, niggas is watching Magic passing the ball like this. It's like, nah, we going with the Lakers.
True.
Yeah.
Well, will we ever find out Mace's true team? I guess we'll never know. But y'all, that is all the time.
Chiefs not even his team no more. Kansas City.
I'm lost. I'm really lost. I'm gonna think of just questions for you in general.
I gotta speak with my counsel.
Council is crazy. And where are they based at?
I gotta speak with my counsel, Stat.
I thought he was going to say they based in Titletown.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
That was the...
I don't want to give out the location, you know. People start showing up from everywhere that don't belong. I can't just give out the address on the air like that. Nick knows where it's at.
How he know where it's at and we don't know where it's at?
Cam know where it's at.
I'm confused. I don't know. Year to year, man. He turned his back on the Chiefs. I already knew when he turned his back on the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I got to find out for y'all. Not just for me, but for y'all
Might
too.
need to do a case study on it.
It's going to be a case study. That's exactly It's gonna be set, y'all. Stay tuned. The case study of Titletown is coming. I will have.
Look, I ain't even
full
graduated. I
report.
can tell you what a case study is. I've done case studies outside of school on niggas. No pen and paper. Like this nigga right here. Whole case study on niggas.
It is needed, y'all. Well, that is all the time that we have for today. Thank y'all for watching, and as always, it is what it is.